Unions claim that they maintain America's middle class. But are they actually killing jobs? Tonight on the Fox News Channel, Lou Dobbs takes a look at the effect unions have on the American workforce. And Rich Edson joins us now with a preview. Rich.
Well, Dennis, we looked at the numbers, spoke with businesses and unions, and asked whether organized labor is helping or hurting America's job market. We spoke with a business owner in Iowa. He says he employs about 600 workers and says he prefers hiring in right-to-work states.
If it's a right-to-work state, we're going to look at it much more favorably because it's, in essence, going to be easier to work there.
Right-to-work laws have their critics, namely unions. James Boland is the first native-born Irishman to head an American union. He's been laying brick and mortar since he was 16, and he says those laws are a bad deal for workers.
But it's better, I think, where you have the collective bargaining relationship between the unions, the workers, and the employers than this open shop thing where the employee essentially doesn't have a voice in the workplace.
Right-to-work advocates like Bill Wilson says right-to-work gives employees a greater voice.
There has been huge migration inside the United States to the right-to-work states.
And we can decidedly say that's because of union employees.
No, because of the absence of a right-to-work law. And remember now, right-to-work is not about cutting wages or hurting workers. Right now, you have big business and you have big labor. And the two of them are at each other. The worker is stuck in the middle. He has no say.
Job growth in right-to-work states has increased nearly 6%. At the same time, the national average for job growth was 3.5%. In union states, it's less than 1.5%. Auto companies and other manufacturers are moving to right-to-work states. Companies like Boeing. It expanded its 787 Dreamliner manufacturing to North Charleston, South Carolina. At the time of the decision, a Boeing executive told the Seattle Times the overriding factor was not the business climate, and it was not the wages we are paying today. It was that we can't afford to have a work stoppage every 3 years, and we can't afford to continue the rate of escalation of wages. Boeing's Machinists Union and the General Counsel of the National Labor Relations Board charged the company was breaking federal labor law, leading to an all-out assault in South Carolina on the Obama administration and unions.
We're going to continue to be a right-to-work state. We are not going to get bullied by the unions one more day.
The Machinists and the NLRB dropped the case when Boeing agreed to a new contract with its unionized workers in Washington state. Still, unions say getting workers in right-to-work states to join is difficult. Have you tried to organize in right-to-work states, and what's it like there?
We have done bits and pieces, but it's hard to penetrate as a single craft unless you get a friendly employer that wants to give it a go. And once they get out of the way of doing things union, it takes a generation maybe to get them back, and that's where we're at right now.
You think you can get them back?
Well, I think it's, you know, hope springs eternal.
But Larry Den Herder says union workers no longer offer what they once did.
I think there was a time when the trades probably trained a lot better than open shop or non-union people did, but I'm pretty much a believer that that day is long gone.
And so, Dennis, for this, we just examined private sector unions. The next frontier really is this, what we've seen with government sector unions. The big growth in union memberships in this country has really been with government sector unions, government employee unions, and that's something that continues. You see it in Wisconsin, you see it in New Jersey, union fights all throughout the country. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Rich. Yeah, unions are 40% of government workers and less than 7% of private sector. And guys, you can see the Out of Work documentary tonight on the Fox News Channel at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And tomorrow, the holiday, it's a great way to avoid your in-laws. The Fox Business Network will carry that documentary.